Hi, my name is Keith Romanowski. I'm Director of GovCon Compliance with WiJiT Technologies. Well, I've been in this business for 30 plus years, and I've seen incurred cost submissions determined to be inadequate for a number of reasons. Some of the more common reasons are not including all of the required schedules. There are 17 schedules required by DCAA for an adequate submission. Another common error is simply a formula error, and that could be adding a row to a schedule and failing to copy the formula down to all cells involved. Another common error that we've seen is schedules that should tie to one another within the incurred cost submission don't. All of these errors are common and they are avoidable. Understand that DCAA, when they are doing an adequacy review of your incurred cost submission, are simply attempting to determine that your incurred cost submission is capable of being audited. The best way to avoid these common mistakes is simply to review the incurred cost submission prior to submitting it to DCAA. There is an adequacy review checklist included on the DCAA website, and I would recommend that all contractors who prepare and submit their own incurred cost submission should go through that checklist prior to submitting their incurred cost submission to DCAA. If this is just a one-off error with respect to this incurred cost submission, it's likely that it wouldn't have an impact on your business. It's likely that DCAA would identify the issue, you would be able to correct that error and resubmit the incurred cost submission. However, if this is part of a pattern, if DCAA has had issues with your company in other areas, this may result in DCAA placing your company in a high-risk audit pool. And obviously, if you get placed in a high-risk audit pool, your company stands a greater chance of being audited for not only that incurred cost submission, but for future incurred cost submissions. And with those additional audits, obviously comes additional risks and additional costs. On a worst case basis, if you are in the middle of an accounting system audit, there is a potential that this inadequate incurred cost submission could result in your accounting system being determined to be inadequate. We really can provide several different levels of support with respect to your incurred cost submission. Some of our clients have us do the entire incurred cost submission, so that is at the highest level. Other contractors, other clients like to do the incurred cost submission and then have us review that. When we review that, we go to the DCAA website and essentially go through and perform the exact same procedures that DCAA would do in performing their adequacy review. Finally, there are those contractors who want us to be there to ask questions of or to bounce things off of as they prepare and review their incurred cost submission. So really 3 separate levels of service are available for our clients.